What's up, YouTube? So we're gonna try and get this right today. I have tried to make a video for like 4 days now, and I just kept fucking up. On day one, my GoPro wasn't working. It would like turn on and be all wonky and like take forever to load the screen. Then once the screen was on, it would say SD card area. So I just took out the video card and formatted the entire GoPro, which seemed to work because it seems like it's fine now. On day 2 and 3, I felt like crap. The roommate got sick and then I got sick, and it wasn't like a big thing. Like I was still biking to work, but like it was just like horrible asthma or some bronchial thing. Like I was all mucusy. It was gross and not fun, and nobody should have to deal with that crap. On day 4, I found out that because of the government shutdown, a fellowship proposal I'm writing was due in like 4 days, which is still a problem for me today. But I kind of panicked and just forgot to vlog. And mixed in with all of that, it snowed last weekend, and so the roads had been terrible. Just absolutely disgusting. Like the sidewalks were actually made of ice, and in between that was slush. So not fantastic conditions for bike commuting. But alas, yesterday was 60 degrees, and here we have it. It's nice outside. I mean, there's still a bit of ice, but like, what do you expect? Everything melted yesterday, and then like it like froze again last night, because that's what it does here. Also, last night I tried to make a vlog on the way home, and it did not work out at all because I like partially made a vlog, but I only had 4 minutes of storage left on my GoPro, and so I totally vlogged to myself the whole way home and caught none of it. And if you can't tell, I'm still feeling my body's kind of raucous today still. And I should be able to crank out a vlog at least by Saturday night. If you're hearing this, it's probably Saturday morning, night or something. I'm gonna try and finish my fellowship proposal up today and just get it, at least for the most part, off of my hands. So yeah, it's been a wild 4 or 5 days. Also, someone commented on one of my videos, said I sounded like Steve Carell. That's kind of fun, actually. He's a swell guy. I'm very okay with sharing some likeness to him. Not really intentional, but it's pretty fun. That would be gross to ride over. If you can't tell, there's still like a fair bit of salt and crap on the roads, which actually I probably wouldn't have guessed either. I thought that yesterday would have cleared up a lot of the junk that's out and about. Look at that Z4 spoiler. It's actually kind of fun. Never seen a Z4 with a kind of ricey spoiler before. Oh, what was that? Uh-oh. It's doing the thing again. Ah, crap. So I talked about this last night because it happened last night. But sometimes when it's cold and gritty and wet, my e-bike just cuts out. And I found that if you just keep riding it, it cuts back on eventually. This usually fixes it. Like, as if you see, if I lift up the rear wheel, it'll still move. It's like just a weird thing. So let's turn it off. But yeah, this happens. Oh, it's doing something. Come on. Sport mode, come on. There we go. All right. And it solves itself. I had this problem while I was under warranty. Sent it in. They couldn't find what was wrong with it, so they replaced the cadence sensor. But it just happens sometimes, but it always recovers, so I guess that's good. I don't know, eventually it'll probably break permanently, but hopefully not anytime soon. Hopefully not today, because I just need a smooth day. Makes that loud buzzing noise. Oh, it's probably a motor problem. So I got it going again, but it's not acting like it's super happy right now. There's actually not quite anything wrong with it. Like, it feels normal now, but it was doing that crash shit again, which I imagine is probably just a reason that I need to start cleaning off the rear end of this thing. So anyways, let's see if this works. I was going to do a vlog today on my motorcycles and whether or not this e-bike kind of scratches that same itch. But yeah, I've had a handful of motorcycles myself. I've had a Yamaha XT225, late 80s model. I don't remember the year exactly. I've had a CBR 250 Honda, of course, CBR 1000 RR, which again, Honda. Go on, man. It's all good. And I had my favorite motorcycle, which is freaking hilarious, a Vespa GTS 250, which a lot of people are like, that's not a motorcycle. And I'm like, dude, that thing had a 250cc engine and a Vespa, and it was almost as fast as my Mustang EcoBoost. Like, that thing was a little pocket rocket, and it was awesome, and my favorite motorcycle. And I don't know, there was just something fulfilling about pulling up next to a pretty old Mustang GT, getting revved at, and then beating it in a little off the red light drag race. And now I have this. I had a bit of a hiatus. Got rid of motorcycles because of a handful of reasons. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Like, I'll get an e-bike. It's cheap compared to a motorcycle, at least. Not so much compared to a bike. You don't have to have insurance on it. And you still get that motorized bike feel. So yeah, I've had my fair share of rides, and this is my current one. And honestly, I'm more than happy with it. But the real question is still, does this scratch the same itch as a motorcycle? Like, do I get the same pleasure out of it? And first off, I'm going to say it is different. You're obviously not able to go interstate speeds. You're obviously, it's not the cool bike, you know. An e-bike is never going to be quote unquote cool to the same people a motorcycle will be. But I will say, like, there is some transferability between them. Obviously, you get significant amount more acceleration, and that's fun. There's no way around that. It's just genuinely fun to have that extra boost. And on bike paths, if you're feeling risky, and very small little side roads and sidewalks and like windy back roads, if they're windy enough, this thing can feel like a motorcycle, especially in sport mode. The thing has pretty decent pull, up to about 27 miles an hour, and it feels motorcycle-esque. I would say at the very least, it fills that same niche as a 50cc moped does. I'd say a bit more, maybe even kind of feels like a 125 up to about 30 miles an hour. And for around town, that's plenty. But yeah, there are commonalities between motorcycling and e-biking. And in the city, on roads like the one I'm on now, honestly, like, I will outpace a car or a motorcycle. And It's not quite a thrill ride like the motorcycle experience is, but it's faster on average, and that is nice. Comparing these two is ridiculous at best, I will admit. They are entirely different beasts, and I think the quote-unquote thrill portion of that is where you see this the most. This thing, as I said, it's peppy up to 27, and it tops out with some firm pedaling at 32. I guess I personally, while I enjoyed my fast motorcycles, I think that says a lot about my motorcycling experience when I say my favorite motorcycle was the Vespa. And here's why. It was my favorite, not because it was a little pocket rocket, I guess, although that was fun, but because you could pick that thing up, put it on a sidewalk, park it in a bike lane, and people just think, oh, that's a little 50cc moped. And they don't give you a ticket. You can bring that thing anywhere. It's unimposing. People don't give you that, oh, you're riding a motorcycle vibe, where they think you're a badass, or they treat you differently, or they think you're gonna die every single day of the week. They just don't give you that. But you still get that two-wheeled, portable, go anywhere, park anywhere, make your life easier experience. And it's pragmatic in that way while still being fun. And I think the e-bike touts that same sort of, it fills a similar niche as a scooter, albeit not quite as quick as my Vespa GTS 250. It's fun. I can bring it into my office because it doesn't smell like motor oil. I can get through a city quickly and efficiently. It costs next to nothing to run. It saves me money on commuting, assuming it isn't dying actively. It does everything very well, and it makes my life easier on a day-to-day basis, much like the Vespa did when I was riding that. And I think that is honestly my favorite part of this bike. So I think that kind of answers the question I set up to ask. It depends on the motorcycle experience you're looking for. If you want a motorcycle for the ease of use, the cheapness, the ease of parking, the portability, etc., the slightly pragmatic reasons of owning a motorcycle instead of a car, the e-bike will absolutely fit your bill, and I would say even better than a motorcycle, because they're just even cheaper, even more portable, lighter, and you can use bike lanes, which makes them faster in urban areas. But if you want a motorcycle like my CBR 1000RR for thrills and for fun, and you're not really after practicality or saving money, I don't think this thing has a chance in hell to meet your needs. And there might be e-bikes in the future, or even now, I haven't really been shopping in the market for a while, that do meet those needs, but this is not it, and that's okay, because this fits. I think this is fun enough while meeting my practical goals and necessities, and it makes my life very, very easy as opposed to taking the train or riding a normal bike. So yeah, I think that's pretty much, actually that's a very sound conclusion. Did I just do a really half decent talk on a subject? I don't think I've ever kept my attention that long and that well before. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's because I started taking vitamin B12 supplements this week. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this vlog. Cutting it out early today because I think I actually said something interesting at this point. Later.